everyone. I wanted to talk about a problem that we've got when we go overseas to Philippines, a small problem. Jenny and I both have prepaid phones and Woolworths prepaid phones. And the problem is there's no roaming when you go overseas. So when anyone calls you, it doesn't go through and you can't check your messages. It's very difficult. SMS, you can't get SMS either. So I've been looking at how to get over this problem, and one way to do it is by using a VoIP account. Now I have some VoIP accounts I've had for years, and these VoIP accounts, it's voice over IP, and it's basically you get a VoIP provider, someone like MyNetPhone, which is who I use, and you can get accounts with them where you don't actually pay anything per month, and you have a phone account, like a phone account, and it has a set like a phone number and a password, and you put some money on that account, and when you make a call through that, it costs you, I think it's just in Australia, I think it's 10 cents I pay, so it's between 10 and 15 cents, but I pay 10 cents I think for a call, and it doesn't really matter how long I'm talking for, it's untimed, 10 cents for a call. And when I divert or call a mobile phone, I think it's 15 cents a minute. So what I'm planning to do is, because I've got on my prepaid, I have unlimited calls, I'm going to do call forwarding. So I'm going to switch it over to the VoIP number. So what happens is a call comes in on my mobile phone and automatically it switches through to a different phone number. And this phone number, and I've got a Perth phone number because I'm in Perth, this phone number I pay $5 a year for from MyNetPhone, and then I just put some credit on the account, so any charges, it comes off that account. So the phone call I forward to, the telephone number I forward to, I'm going to set that up on my mobile phone using data, because VoIP calls, voice over IP, uses internet data. So when I go overseas, I buy a local SIM card, which doesn't cost very much, it's quite cheap, that has some internet on it. Or if I'm in a hotel, I've got Wi-Fi, so I can use Wi-Fi. And I have a little program, a little app on my phone called Zoiper. And it's quite easy to set up, and it runs all the time you've got internet. I've actually put it on my phone now, and I've set it up with this number, and I've tested it, and it should be fine. As soon as I forward my number, it'll be forwarded to this other number, which will then ring on my phone using internet. So I shouldn't miss any calls. Now, if I don't happen to get the call or I don't have internet at the time, I've set up through MyNetPhone that if I don't answer the phone, that it automatically goes to voicemail. And the voicemail they have on this account, people can leave a message and it automatically gets emailed to me. And so I can, when I do have internet, I can check my emails and see if there's any messages, and I can listen to them. And the recorded message I put on my voicemail is, I'm overseas at the moment, I can't take any calls, I can take calls, but I can't get any SMS. So leave me a message on here, leave me your name and your number, and I'll call you back. Because the other good thing about this VoIP is, as long as I've got internet, when I'm in Philippines, I can actually call any phone in Australia using this Zoiper program for 10 cents and talk as long as I like. Or if I'm calling mobile phones, it's 15 cents a minute. Well, usually when someone calls me, it doesn't actually cost me anything to get these messages. It just goes direct to my email. So I never miss a message on the message bank. I don't have to go and check my voicemail, it's always there. So it's a pretty good thing. So it's just a matter of setting it all up, which can be a little bit complicated, but it's worth the time. Because there's nothing better. Before, when I had a postpaid, I could actually get SMSs when I was overseas, and then I used to use a VoIP program on my phone using data, and I'd just call people back in Australia. It worked when I would travel all over Europe, everywhere. Wherever I had internet or I had data, I could use this application, this VoIP application, and I could make phone calls, and I can call any phone in Australia, any standard landline, for 10 cents and talk as long as I like, and any mobile for 15 cents a minute. So it's a great thing. And if you want to look it up, go to mynetphone.com.au. That's one company, but there are lots of companies. So just look for VoIP and give it a go, because it can it can fix a real problem. And yeah, I still don't have an answer for the SMSs. You know, it's hard to get text when they don't forward them on. And I know that I've seen apps, but I've read about them and they're unreliable. So that's the only thing. So if anybody knows about a good program that'll forward your text on, well, I'd be interested to know about that. But, yeah, as far as phone calls, well, I can get the phone calls, or if I don't get the phone calls, I get the messages, and then I can call people back. So, problem solved. See you later.